Hey, what's going on, guys? So I'm gonna make this one quick for the pairs tonight: EURUSD, GBPUSD, and USDJPY. We have a lot of movement going on, and last night or 2 nights ago we had the drop Sunday, Monday, and I called it for a pullback going into the upper section here to continue that downtrend because although we do have divergence for a potential move up, there are other possibilities because the divergence does not always mean we're looking for the reversal. So essentially what I have mapped out here is three scenarios for this pair where it goes up, retouches this point right here, which also lines up directly with the recent high from yesterday and the 50 moving average. And if it does that, double bounce drop right to here where it is very possible that it could do that. The other point is it could shoot up a little bit higher just to recoup some of that large drop it had here, fill in some of the imbalances. And once it hits that zone, maybe during New York session, we can look for that M formation, evening star, some smaller, or what is it, engulfing bearish candle or bearish engulfing candle, and then a shot down to the recent low or even lower, or ultimately a move up. Because if we zoom out here, you're going to notice that this could be a potential multi-session W with a second leg W with a divergent. Now, thing about Euro USD is it doesn't usually do divergent W. So in my experience, when I see something like this, I'm expecting it to shoot up and continue the downtrend. So, and that downtrend is going to continue down to this area, which is a very strong area of support in recent history going back in time. And that's based off of a daily. So this is still my area for it to drop. So if you guys are going to be looking for anything, look for sells, but it might not do an extended stop hunt. You might just see it simply come out of the box and touch that 1 hour 50 moving average and then drop. So let's go to GBPUSD. It's kind of similar. GU and EU look exactly the same. And the overall trends for both of these pairs are down. If you go to the weekly, it's a downtrend. If you go to the daily, it's a downtrend. If you go to the 4 hour, it's a downtrend. So like why we look for buys? The only time we should be looking for buys is when we see like a takeout of this area or a short-term bounce back to the top. But even though that could happen, I still wouldn't recommend it until we get a clear break of this high. Same thing on EU. So essentially what we're looking for tonight is just a continuation. It could do the same thing where it comes to here. I didn't draw that part out because I really wasn't looking at it like that. I think it can go up into the zone. Maybe not this spot particularly, but GBP usually passes through these EMAs a little bit farther than, let's say, some of the other pairs. It doesn't just hit it once and drop. It's a continuation. It shoots a little bit past it and then comes back down. So that's what I'll be mainly looking for. I want to see this shot, not really this. It could do a straight drop, but that's not the most highly probable one that we want to be taking, right? It's not the most consistent. So we want to see that stop hunt coming out of the box. Let's see where they push, how hard they push. And if we get a nice hard push coming out of Asian session, then we can see that setup coming for London, potentially extending itself to New York, whichever happens. You know, it all depends on how long it takes. And the next pair is USDJPY. Now, this one, we had that massive shot down. Out of all the USD pairs that went off this morning because of the news, this pair reacted the craziest, right? So it dropped down damn near 100 pips, go to 85. So over 200 pips, actually, because it goes from 85. Well, not exactly, about 160, 150 pips, which is still crazy, but it came right back up, consolidated, and it never closed beneath this low. And that's like the only thing I have about this is that even though it wicked, that could have just been a stop punt. You know what I mean? So I didn't really know what to draw for this just because I don't have clarity. And when I don't have clarity, I don't like to trade it. So for that reason, I don't think you guys should take a trade on USDJPY. What do I think it might do? I want to see it drop only because it's been setting up. Now, I do have this weekly setup here that's based off the 1 hour, and it's a zone that I think if it hits it, then we'll see that drop. There hasn't been a break, so ultimately we still want to continue in that direction, but it's in a confused spot. So if worst case scenario, what you guys should be doing is just continuing with the trend, which is bullish in this case. I would say wait for something that kind of pops up, giving you that bullish setup. I think we could see it push up a little bit higher because we do have a massive candle here. It's a massive gap that it's going to need to fill. So if anything, we might be bullish on the night. After that, anything could happen. So I don't even know if there's any news. I don't think there is, but you got to be careful. There is NFP coming up this Friday, so markets can be getting ready for that. We might not see a lot of movement, but just be ready and let's see what happens. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for hopping on, and we'll catch you. If you guys are ever interested in joining our actual analysis, come into our packages we have. There's links in the description, and be on the lookout for some new updates. Peace out.